We're in Philadelphia, where the crowd is on their feet. We'll see the defending world champion Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. And that one's good, Maxey. You know, Greg, very often we talk about but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce and really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
Here's Oubre following the bucket by the Celtics. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? According to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded.
Tatum, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Good challenge that time by Embiid, using all that length quite well.
Misses in close.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it.
Boy, I tell you what, you just got to sit back and admire the creativity there.
Here's Maxey. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not just a perimeter threat now. Maxey very adept at converting in close, too.
Holiday surveying the floor. Outside, Porzingis from past the arc. And it's Grimes with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Pass to Porzingis. It's good.
Boy, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
Now here's Embiid. Now here's Maxey, guarded by Holiday. Porzingis with the block. White left side. Outside, Porzingis. Back to White. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Embiid. Yep, that one goes.
Boy, that's how you execute in transition, guys. Embiid realizing an opportunity and then jumping all over it.
Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too.
Oubre on the wing. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, George. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And the patience from George, not rushing up a low percentage shot, not settling for just any shot. Instead, keeping his cool and burying a quality look.
So the Celtics call timeout, their first. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thanks, David. They grab their own miss. Pass to Grimes. Misses the three.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Here's Maxey. That's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Pass to Embiid. Here's Hauser. Here's Pritchard. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Celtics lead by 1. Live from... And those are enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
Hey, I'd like to also shout out the way they've defended. Already they've recorded some really good shot blocks.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
So Horford gets 2. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With the superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Shot from free throw range. And it's White missing. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 1. Back to Oubre. Outside for George. Down low. 76ers moving the ball around. Outside Tatum. And Tatum driving.
Don't test Embiid now. An impact defensive player is what he is.
To the paint. Stolen by Tatum. Outside White. Paul George with the steal. He's all alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, we've talked about, you know, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. To the wing on the left. Craig. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And good that time.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
To the inside. Back to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Here's White. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Well, it does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
dropping the hammer. That's why Embiid looks to get deep inside position.
Left side, Tatum. White, left side. Can they get it? Holiday with it. Maxey covering. Craig can't get it to go.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's George.
You know, it's good seeing Porzingis work really hard on the defensive end. Does a nice job staying in position and contesting and challenging the shot without fouling.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Back to Porzingis. Oubre with the steal. Here's Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by George. Embiid's got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle for Philadelphia.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
They've out-hustled the opponent so far in this one. A lot of points in the open floor, and that's giving them the advantage.
Here's Pritchard. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, DA, thanks. To the middle. Here's Cornette. And off the glass. That one's good.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Pass to Drummond. Porzingis with the steal. And here's Brown outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Grimes. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And we've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And it's the Celtics with the ball. 7-point differential. White looking around. Outside Holiday. Here's the floater. Porzingis. Good D by Embiid.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Grimes. They get the rebound. Outside for George. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Tatum on the wing. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Back to Tatum. There's Tatum's range on display.
You got to D up Tatum from deep. He's got that kind of range.
Outside for George. Back to Oubre. Clock at 6. Pass to Embiid. And the baseline jumper, no good. Celtics trail by 4. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size is arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep, too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch, this guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size. Oh, my goodness. Come on now. An athletic forward who dunks it with style. He's showing off his dunking ability right there.
Pass to Grimes. Embiid trying to break loose. From outside, off the mark. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Oubre, no one around him. Money from the wing. Oubre's got 5 points so far. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
The Celtics making a switch here. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Tatum. Tatum draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Philadelphia has possession. Back to Holiday. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
There you see how tough Holiday is. He simply pressed and forced the issue there and got the defense to overcommit.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Philadelphia leading by 3. Here's McCain. Driving inside. Embiid, no good. Here's the Celtics with the ball. Pass to Horford. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Horford. The 15-footer, good.
What makes Horford such a really good jump shooter is the fundamentals and mechanics, but also his confidence.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's McCain. Embiid trying to break loose. Outside for George. The 3 ball. And Tatum pulls it down. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's Maxey. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Brown inside the line. Right side Horford. And there's the defensive 3-second call. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Outside Holiday for the lead. Shot clock at 5. Kept alive. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Cornette. Goes up again. He takes it up and lays it in. Pritchard got his second bucket of the game to go. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And, Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes, a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And the Celtics making a change here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
11 seconds left in the third. Here's McCain. Makes it off the glass. McCain's got his first points in this one.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 1. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And with 3/4 behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Stolen by Holiday. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Maxey.
Holiday really is a soft-spoken guy on and off the court. Leads by example, is extremely reliable and talented, and his teammates have great respect for him because of it.
76ers trailing. In the corner, George with it. Back to Embiid. Porzingis with the steal. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Out to White. Pass to Porzingis. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid wide open. Hits it from three-point range. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And so here is Philadelphia. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Outside, Maxey. In close, Embiid gets it to fall.
Embiid with a major contribution thus far. He's a guy that can carry his team.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Porzingis has got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And Greg, we were talking about Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. It was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23, at the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Here's Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. 6 to shoot. There's the triple. Rebound by Joel Embiid. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Boston trailing. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
For all that's said about his perimeter work, Porzingis benefits a lot when he's making an impact inside. That makes defending him all the more challenging.
And that one's good. Maxey.
No fear in Maxey, folks. This guy is ready for the big moment and welcomes the challenge.
Outside Tatum. Shot on the wing. Offensive rebound. Beyond the arc. Tatum with another miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
George, no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 2. Nice ball movement by Boston. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's Porzingis. Good D by Embiid. Here's Philadelphia. Left side, Maxey. Oubre outside. Back to Maxey. Porzingis with the block.
Hey, with that length, Porzingis is always a threat to block shots. I mean, when he matches that length with really good energy and awareness, he can be a good defender.
Here's and slam dunk by Tatum.
And Tatum continues to evolve before our eyes, showing excellent leadership by knocking down these clutch shots.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Outside, Porzingis. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid.
You cannot be reckless around Porzingis. He's skilled at seeking out contact and drawing the foul while he shoots.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Knocked loose. Taken away by Holiday. Brown inside the line. And another miss by Boston.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Oubre outside. Just 4 to shoot. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Here's Embiid. No good. Right side, Tatum. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We've got more hoops coming. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Boston with the ball. On the wing, Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
Wow, Holiday just assaulting the rim. Going at it full speed.
Now, here's Maxey. Inside. Here's Embiid. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Once he gets that low, there's nothing you can do about it. Embiid is a major handful inside.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And Boston has possession. Holiday with it. Pass to Hauser. Brown outside. To the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Queta. Shoots over Embiid. Queta's shot is off.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
Here's Holiday. Brown outside. Pass to Hauser. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Here's Maxey. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taking on shots with those 5.
That's why you give Maxey freedom to do his thing, because he's terrific at creating for himself.
Queta. And Brown now atop the key. Pass to Queta. Back to Brown. Can they get it? And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. Both teams deciding to change it up. And he does get the second one. And that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Tough miss at this juncture. They're down 2 baskets right now.
To the left side wing. To the middle. Here's Drummond. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the 76ers lead by 6.
And how about Drummond's ability to stay calm? That will always make your coaches happy.
Now Brown. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Fires from deep. Pass to Brown. Out to White. Now here's Tatum. Boston, no good that time either.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Fade away. And the shot is long.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
So the 76ers win it. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel.
It's a win. Western Conference game on display featuring the Sacramento Kings. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Now, here's Doncic. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. Hey, Brent, when you look at these teams, they have two of the deeper rosters in the NBA.
Well, we should recognize the front office doing just a great job, Kevin, of understanding that depth will win you championships and get you through a long season. They've done a great job of filling out these rosters with a ton of quality players.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. Now, here's DeRozan. Murray for three. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Lakers. 4-point game. Outside, James. Just 5 on the clock. And there it is for him.
And making it look easy, LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
And the rejection by James. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. To the inside. Here's Hayes. Banked in off the glass.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and game is fully in their control.
Tipped it. And staying with the play, Sabonis.
And Sabonis with the reward there for the hustle, picking up the scraps.
In the corner, it's James. It's stolen by DeRozan. Sabonis at the elbow. And the slam dunk by Sabonis.
And Sabonis getting his entire body up that time for the jam.
Here's Los Angeles now. They lead by 4. Now the Kings went from 3 seed in 2023 to out of the playoffs completely, Brent, last season.
Well, it speaks to how competitive the Western Conference was. You know, you got to realize, Kevin, Sacramento won just 2 less games than they did after that magical run in 2023. The West was just better. So the Kings got to fill some holes, find some pieces, and hopefully have some guys improve upon what they did last season.
Doncic, no good. And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for the Kings. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. That's tipped. LeBron James on the wing.
And LeBron used to getting hit. This is the level of attention and attracts from the D.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Well, Brent, last season was disappointing for the Kings after being eliminated in the play-in.
Yeah, a little bit of regression. They did have some key injuries to some guys in the stretch of the season that was vital for them to make the playoff push. But I think it helped them realize just how fun the playoffs are and just how hard it is to get back there. And maybe in this offseason they come back a little bit more focused, knowing how loaded the Western Conference is.
The Kings trail by 3. Inside, Valanciunas. Count it.
And Valanciunas has no problem showing up with that physical force and finishing through contact.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
One thing he pointed out in particular was Valanciunas' ability to control the glass. Coach said we block out some nights better against him than others, but we can't play soft against this guy. So they'll have to try and keep a body on him at all times. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. To the left wing. Second chance shot. Out to Carter. Back to Valanciunas. Second shot opportunity. Nice jump shot. Good.
Yeah, so hard to move a mountain, trust me. Major damage on the boards being done by Valanciunas. There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count it.
And punishing inside Valanciunas, getting room to do damage.
Hachimura, no good. Carter, left side. The Kings shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Here's LeBron. Yep, that one goes in there. James has got 7.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Kings on top, up 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Carter outside. Pass to LaRavia. Back to Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Puts up a deep 3. And it's LaRavia missing. The Lakers trail. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Sabonis, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Brent Domantas Sabonis is through.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can basically put anywhere on the floor, and all of a sudden good things are going to happen, whether he's playing out of the post and dealing with double teams, or he's at the top of the key, able to read the defense, using his vision and his ability as a big to drive the basketball. Domantas, one of the better playmaking 5s that we have in the NBA.
Out to Doncic. The 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said, "It's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, you're just out there trying to win." Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. Back to Sabonis. Over Hayes. The rebound by James.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Doncic, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Levine. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And good job by Levine fighting for that position.
Doncic very comfortable down low.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Ellis. The shot's good. Ellis has got the lead up to 4 now for Sacramento. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Timeout called by the Kings. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Now, here's Monk. Still yet to score. Levine wide open. Sacramento again missing. Here's Reeves. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Good on the three-point shot. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Seems like everyone's taking long threes these days, but Doncic has natural power in those legs, generates range with ease.
To the middle. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. The kick out to Sabonis. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Sabonis has got 10 points in the game.
So right now, Sabonis just taking charge, taking initiative, getting aggressive on offense.
LeBron outside. Reeves outside. Back to LeBron. 4 on the clock.
You got to be careful once LeBron breaks the seal of the free throw line. A lot of power and a lot of muscle coming at you. Usually it ends up with free throws.
Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Both free throws good from James. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
The kick out to Sabonis. Back to DeRozan. "24 seconds left to play in the first half." Yep, that one goes. And the Kings lead by 3.
And he's an explosive guard who isn't afraid to test the defense. Heads-up play there from Monk.
And here is Hachimura. Here's James. Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
And that'll do it for the first half of competitive. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Sacramento has possession. It's a one-point game. Hey, Brett, you spent a bunch of your career as a scoring guard off the bench. A lot like Malik Monk.
Well, not quite like Malik Monk, but this guy has been unbelievable. The way that he changes the pace of a game with scoring. It reminds me of a younger version of Jamal Crawford, who obviously won 3 Six-Man of the Year titles. This guy is so explosive and so confident. He has leaned into the role of being a difference maker as a six-man.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
Here's Sabonis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. No good that time. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Sacramento Kings. They lead by 1. And here's Reeves outside. Out to Doncic. Lets it go with a 3. Los Angeles with another miss. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Down low. Ellis, that's good. Ellis has got his second basket.
Now, coach is always wanting assisted buckets, especially from bigs like Valanciunas. It's a sign your offense is running well.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Up top to Rosen. Outside, Levine. This one for 3. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. Levine's got 7 points. Here's James. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle. 2 shots coming up.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Or whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that cover off.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. And, Kevin, they play to their strengths.
And they got a lot of strengths. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. For 3, Murray. And the rejection by James.
That anticipation off the charts. Great job by LeBron to deny that one.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Doncic outside. For the tie, Valanciunas. at the board.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Pass to LaRavia. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Lakers trail. Here's Reeves. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Reeves has got 4 points this quarter.
So much attention on James. He's able to get it to a teammate. That's a great look.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Oh, terrific finish to get this game all knotted up there. He is a force.
And then Monk with the dunk.
And Monk doesn't fool around when he's driving. He's got room to go up for the finish there, and he just lifts off with power.
To the paint. Here's Len. Out to Doncic. Luka powering through the resistance.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
To the middle. Len with the block. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Offensive rebound. Reeves left side. Pass to Hachimura. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. James cooking from deep.
This is what James does. Scores the ball and does it in so many different ways.
Lyles with it. On the wing, Monk. Fires the three. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Los Angeles on top, up by 3. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Lakers leading by 3. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Here's Ellis. Drives to the hoop. And slammed in by Ellis.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort is not there.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick of the bag to get where he wants to go.
Here's Levine. And Levine with the slam.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. The Kings trail by 3. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. The kick out to Sabonis. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
Well, that's a bonus right there to have DeMontis step out and shoot the three and stretch out the defense.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Pass to Len. James with it. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Sabonis to take the lead. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James outside. Stolen by Levine. It's stolen by Hachimura. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And the Lakers making a change here. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Got a piece of it. Doncic with the steal. Here's Reeves. No good that time. Ellis with some nice D. And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. Ellis surveying the D. Clock at 6. There's the three. Kept alive. Outside, Sabonis. Over Hayes. Here's DeRozan. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Outside, James. Knocked loose and taken away by Ellis. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Pass to Sabonis. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Can't hit from in close. Here's the Lakers with the ball. To end the drought. Reeves can't hit. And Sacramento has possession. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. They get it back. Sabonis, no good.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Stolen by Reeves.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Outside, James. Six to shoot. Good.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, a great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort for the squad.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in with what the Kings head coach said to his team. Now, he told his guys they can do this. In the huddle, he said, we've been here before and come back. So we know we can do this. We just have to believe. Inspiring words. We'll see if they live up to them. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 6. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Ellis outside. And so the Lakers take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust he has